There we are. Good morning. Another week, Monday morning. Today's topic came to me in the middle of the night again last night. Teachers, teaching. It is a crucial time right now for teachers of all sorts to step forward and make themselves as available as possible for others. And a teacher can be anybody. We're all teachers. We all could be teachers. Anybody that is willing to be vulnerable by sharing their personal experience in an appropriate way with somebody else that they see are struggling with something they have already gone through. Sharing and teaching gently with the basis of experience to have the other person feel like somebody else has gone through it, they can get through it. So that takes quite a bit of courage to be vulnerable in the face of that. And I'm going to give you a personal example right now, because that vulnerability is magical. It allows us to connect even stronger, and it allows us to accept ourselves and forgive ourselves and grow. So recently I was signed up for this online event, and I had rescheduled my time so that I could be part of this event. And then I go to the event where they tell me to go in their email. And I get there and there's no live event, and I miss, half of it trying to figure it out. And I'm getting upset, and I'm writing, messages saying, where is it? Where's the link? And demanding where's the link? And then expressing my, my non-oppressiveness with them for not providing the link for me when I had scheduled my time. And, so all sorts of this kind of, so I realized afterwards I felt terrible about my behavior. I felt like I was demanding and non-compassionate and non-patient and, just angry right away, things that about my behavior right then that I did not like, I did not feel good about, that were automatic knee-jerk reactions. And so realizing that, and it was just like, okay, well, how do I get to the point where that's not my knee-jerk reaction, because I don't like that person that I just presented there. It's part of who I am at the moment, because I don't seem to have a lot of wherewithal to be with choice. If I had the choice, and I do have the choice, but it's just a matter of recognize it in time. And to do that, I need some help for me to figure out what caused that knee-jerk reaction, what kind of emotions are driving me, that I can't slow down and figure that out. And so, some of the greatest advice is just take that 10 seconds, count slowly to 10 when you start feeling this stuff come up. And then you do have a choice. Then you could take the time to think, oh, well, they must be having technical problems, or, oh, maybe this was meant to be for some reason. Maybe this was all conspiring so that I could figure out my little bit of anger and impatience problems. And it's vulnerable for me to tell you this, because I feel, I don't want anybody to see my imperfections, right? But you know what? If I put that out there to people, I bet you I would get 100 replies right away with people to say, yeah, I've been there before. I know exactly what you're going through. Here's what I did here's what I did to get through that. And and not have that be my trigger anymore. And this is what I mean by teaching. Um, and it takes a strong person to be a teacher, to put yourself in that vulnerable position and allow others to see that it's okay not to be perfect, that there is plenty of room to make mistakes, as long as the rest of the world is holding space for compassion, a lot of the and forgiveness. And it can't be a way of life. You have to be working on bettering those mistakes. But I think it makes it worse when we're shut down and feel like, we're less than, or we're not perfect, and that's not okay. And we're human, we're not going to be perfect. So we need all kinds of teachers to step forward right now and to help us, because we're not taking care of our bodies. We're not taking care of our bodies, our emotional selves. Lots of teaching needs to happen right now on how to handle our emotions and how to manage them, how to transmute them. So part of the reason we're here is to experience unconditional love and to give unconditional love. That's part of our job of being human. That's it. With a couple of little extras, and they're optional, but they're wonderful options, because we have the ability to transmute the energy of the lower emotions to the higher emotions, the lower vibrational frequencies to the higher vibrational frequencies, where this higher consciousness exists, where the magic happens. And, there's lots of proof out there for that, lots of scientific proof. And I mean, the proof is just obvious to me in everyday life. I mean, we transmute and transform energy all the time. We breathe, right? The gas exchange. We convert matter into energy when we eat food and metabolize it for our needs for fuel. So why can't we do the same with frequency? We are energy. We can learn how to handle energy. Therefore, we can, and we're not going to obliterate all the lower vibrational frequencies. It's part of our human existence, and a valuable part, because most of those emotions arise when we need wake-up calls. Hey, something's wrong. Look over here. You need to look at this. Something's not right. Beautiful tools. Thank you. So, but I think a lot of us are overwhelmed with some of these emotions right now and struggles. And I think it be really beneficial if a lot of people, a lot of the teachers who are already know this craft and how to communicate and teach gently, to offer and put it out there as a beacon for those who are navigating their way through the dark, a beacon or a bridge beneath them that they can trust to get to the light again. And so enough blah, blah, blah. I'll get into the meditation, sorry. Find, please, a place where you cannot be disturbed for the next 25 minutes or so, seating or lying down. And I want you to close your eyes now. And I'm just going to get you to breathe really slowly and deeply. We're going to start to relax our bodies so that we are free to go within. With each breath, I want you to feel like you're sinking into Pachamama, into the earth who supports us at all times. There's so much to be taught around the breath of life and what it can do for us, and different uses and practices for it to help cleanse us. Right now, I just want you to feel the letting go that happens with this deep, slow breath, and the relaxation that overcomes your body. One more. Now we're going to take our attention and put it on our body parts and be in our body, aware of our body. We're going to ask it to relax now. So go to your feet. Visibly feel them relaxing, smoothing out your ankles, your calves, shins, your knees, just loose and relaxed. And then go into your thighs, hamstrings, quads, your hips. Ask them to relax. Feel them sink into the seat that you're in. And I want you to focus on your abdomen, your internal organs, your pelvic region, your lower back. Just ask it to relax and let go. Now your rib cage, your mid back, your upper back, all of your spine, your breasts, your chest. Just let go, relax. Your shoulders drop down, they're bearing no weight. Your arms are just loose. Forearms and fingers, beautifully quiet. Our neck is supple, loose, there's no weight on it. The skin on our scalp and our face. Interesting to put your attention there if you've never done so before. Ask that skin to relax now. You'd be surprised how much tension is held there. Feel it let go and loosen. Your jaw unhinges, opens up, hangs loosely. And I want you to go to your eyelids, and you can soften your eyelids several more degrees of magnitude. It's amazing to find out when you close them that they may not be relaxed. They're closed, but they may not be relaxed. So I want you to soften them and move into yourself, into your brain. Ask your right brain to relax and your left brain. And then I want you to move into your mind. And although we're in our heads right now, I want you to know that your mind exists throughout your entire body. Every cell has mind in it. And we're going to ask our minds right now, we're going to first thank them and appreciate them for all the hard work they do for us. Wonderful, beautiful contributors and tools for us to manage our lives with. But sometimes they get a little bit too bossy and too overwhelmed and too overrun with monkey mind. And so we're going to ask the mind now to just relax for a while, have a seat on the couch, stay with us, stay part of our conclave, but just take a back seat and just chill out for a bit. We're going to let the heart drive this bus for a little while. Then I want you to just step back out of your thoughts. I want you to be the observer of them. Watch them go by up in the sky like clouds. See them as clouds and notice them. Watch them go by. Just observe them though. Don't need to judge them. Don't need to get engaged with whatever they're thinking about. Just see them and notice them. Let them go and notice that you are not your thoughts because you are outside on the outside observing them. So they are not you. You are a much greater essence. And it's a beautiful distinction to have. And I want you to envision yourself, an image of yourself on the inside of your head. And I want you to envision yourself, feel yourself taking a beautiful wooden spiral staircase from your head down into your chest in front of your heart. Make it real for yourself. Feel in your fingertips the warm grain of the wood on the railing as you trail your fingers down it. And the sound of soft padding of your bare feet hitting each step. The way you feel light and buoyant gliding down the case. And as you arrive on the platform in front of your heart, you might see a gate or two with locks on them, maybe a wall that's been built. And we all have these. These are shields for us to protect ourselves with. And so right now, I want you to just recognize that you have safe passage to your own heart. All access pass. So I want you to imagine those locks crumbling and the gates creaking open. Maybe a bridge appears over the moat that's in front of your heart castle. And you reach the door and it cracks open. And the brilliant rays of beautiful lemon yellow light spill out. You open the door and you enter, and you are completely bathed in the most beautiful, intense, wonderful light that you've ever felt, warming you from the inside out. It's like your own perfect sun. And you look around and you find yourself in the most amazing place that you've ever been or could imagine. The safest, most secure place, the happiest place, the most fulfilling place you can imagine or have been to. I want you to take a second to feel what you're feeling and viscerally detail your place of happiness. Is it daytime? Is the sun shining? Is the sky blue as a hue you've never seen before? What do you feel on your skin? You feel soft droplets of drizzly, warm rain on a summer's day. What do you hear? Do you hear a brook babbling nearby? Do you hear birdsong? Do you hear the buzz of a bee on his way by your head? What do you feel beneath you? Is there grass underneath you? Brilliant green, cool blades running through your fingertips. Can you taste the season on the wind? Are you immersed in water in the warm ocean, feeling cleansed, feeling supported by the water? Who is with you? Are your loved ones with you? Are they nearby? I want you to make that place real, because it is real. And I want you to really immerse yourself in how you feel in that beautiful, secure place. How confident, how joyous, how excited, how in love with life you are there. How wonderful you feel, how thankful you feel for this feeling of peace and contentment. And once you've locked that in, I want you to imagine remembering that we're all energy. We are all our energy in some form. And why don't we just shift for a moment from the energy of matter to energy, your being as an energy being. So I want you to look down at your hands and imagine that all the cells of your body have disintegrated into tiny points, brilliant points of light. You're almost existing more as a light cloud right now. You see yourself in these layers of energy that we're made of, frequencies. And I want you to look around and notice that your energy layers, your frequencies are mingling with that of things around you and the people around you. And I want you to see that you are always in constant communion, always engaged. And I want you to look up and see the great cosmic flow of the universe, the great cosmic flow of consciousness that we all are members of, that we all belong to, that we all are comprised of and make up. It's a beautiful, amazing, brilliant flow of light. I want you to imagine yourself merging with that light right now. Your specific color and texture. You're still you, but you merge with this light, and there's a complete surrender there, a complete trust, and a complete faith that that is okay. And you join this flow, and all of a sudden, you become everything, and everything becomes you. It is all the same. We are all one. This consciousness of one. And this is a beautiful place to be. I call it the nexus. To know that you are there, you might experience feelings like you have come home. You might experience feelings of bliss. You all of a sudden find yourself available to the knowledge and wisdom of the universe. And this feeling, this belonging, this certainty that we are all one, that you are everything and everything is you. From this place, from this realization of this truth, comes a perspective that does not allow for the lower vibrational frequencies to persist. It's a high vibrational frequency of love, compassion, forgiveness, understanding, joy, gratitude. And so we're going to take all of that now and we're going to build an intention of reality that we want to come back and anchor in our generous present moment, in the here and now where the power is. We're going to build that intention, bring it back and anchor it because we have the power to do so. So let's get busy. And we're going to focus a little bit on the teaching subject today. So I want you to imagine, first of all, yourself in your life. And I want you to imagine the availability and the comfort you feel in reaching out and asking for help if you need it. From others, from teachers who have experience teaching on the subject matters would be good. But if you have offers from other people who have been through your struggles or difficulties, I don't see any reason why you can't listen to some of their experiences to help you find your way, maybe give you an idea of how to navigate to find your way. So I want you to imagine yourself in your life, and I want you to imagine yourself engaging in the practices to keep your emotions healthy, to keep your mind healthy, to keep your body healthy and your energy bodies healthy. And if you don't know these practices yet, if you've never been taught these practices and how to maintain that, then I want you to see yourself going out there and asking to be taught these things and accepting the help. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, allow yourself to be imperfect and receive the teaching. There is no shame in this. There is no shame in it. Human beings are just babies. We're just evolving. We're just finding the scratching the surface of the potential we have. That requires learning and teaching. That requires space for us to take in that teaching. I want you to empty yourselves of all the things you think you know, and just allow space for maybe new possibilities, new realities, new dimensions to open up and to fulfill us with new possibility. And I want you to imagine what a world would look like. What is it like being out there, knowing that it's socially totally acceptable to ask for teaching, to admit that we would like teaching, and to feel safe and secure and feel proud of our willingness to learn. I know I am picturing that world right now. I am picturing thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have the ability to teach these things, stepping forward and being available, compensated if they need to be. Can't do everything all the time voluntarily. There's something called sacred reciprocity. That's another topic we'll talk about. So I want you to imagine support for those people, those positions. That's the kind of thing we need government support for. Helping teach us to take care of ourselves and supporting those of us who have the skills to teach those things. That's where a good allotment of resource might be put. Just saying, it's my opinion. But anyways, going back to, I see this world where I can ask for help and teaching, and I have no shame. There is no shame around asking to learn about new things. And maybe those new things may not be the road for you. Maybe there are different pathways of learning. Doesn't mean everybody has to follow the same exact path. That's why there's so many different teachers, so many different methods of learning. I want you to imagine right now that world that we're creating, this intention of people to really start learning how to care for themselves and care for each other. What would it feel like if that was our world tomorrow? How would you feel in your going about your day? Would you feel free? Would you feel unencumbered by what other people thought or expectations? Would you feel relieved to know that it's okay, that we don't know everything? I would feel, and I would feel so excited. I would be so excited to learn new things, especially ones that empower me to be healthy, vibrant, productive, happy. I'd be so excited and I would be so grateful. I would feel so grateful that tears would run down my face from my eyes. And I want you to really feel these things right now as if this is already done. This is already the world you live in. Gratitude will really help anchor it. It is already done, so say we all. We're going to take a very large breath in now. And when we release it, we're going to take this beautiful intention with these lovely higher elevated emotions with the higher resonance frequencies. And we're going to release it out into the world with our exhale. I want you to envision this energy. You can envision it any way you like, but I like envisioning it this way, like this intention, this frequency that I've created and I'm about to release is almost like a supernova star going supernova in my chest, and all the rings of energy radiating out from me, encircling the globe for everybody. Ready? So take that big breath in. That feels so wonderful. I feel tingly inside when I do that. So I want you to just wiggle your fingers and toes now. And maybe rock your head from side to side. Come back into your body. Open your eyes, come back to the room. And I want you to just quickly take stock of how you feel right now. How do you feel in your body? How do you feel emotionally right now? I just want you to notice how you feel. And with that, I'm going to thank you very much for joining me, whether you decided to join me live or whether you're going to do the recorded version of this, or whether you're going to go out on your own and just do this kind of thing on your own. Build these intentions with the emotions, the higher elevated emotions, and project them out. Project those intentions out into the world. Other high intention or high frequency resonance energies out there will resonate with it and multiply exponentially. And with that, we can shift and create the reality that we want. So have a wonderful Monday, and we'll see you again.